Good evening, this is Tenerdus the Human, and welcome back to our Medieval 2 Crusader Rebels campaign. And you join me in the Holy Lands, where we move against the Kingdom of Jerusalem. We have 3 of their settlements here under siege, and it will soon be 4 with Khalil al-Abbas, a great hero himself, the carrier of the Holy Lance. Yes, he's heading towards Acre here today, and it does look like there's a very, very convenient army hanging outside of the city. This one had come to reinforce Tyre, but oh yes, conveniently Morcar over here has moved in range of the city, so we're going to utilise that very soon indeed. Of course, we have taken out Richard the Lionheart. He was shot down in the mountains here. Our army did sacrifice themselves to do it, but in doing so they've cleared out their biggest threat. So in we move then to several of these cities. Damascus probably going to be the first of them. That should be a simple enough auto-resolve, but we do have some other business just to take care of on the map. Down in the south we have spotted some Egyptians. Wasn't really expecting a full stack of these guys down here, but okay, our yes, liberation of some of these camps might be a little bit slower than first expected. We are finally going to get enough forces in to go and deal with Beni Sulayem camp, and that one does have plenty of units, so we'll just siege that out. But the Egyptians are indeed coming, so let's bear that one in mind. We will just move this lad just at the edge of the range over here. Can't quite see him anymore, but we should still see him along the road if he doesn't follow us directly. So yes, indeed, plenty of good vision over in this part of the world, so we'll just move him about, yeah, there where we can go and see the city. Away with you! Indeed, we will move away, because elsewhere, apart from this part of the world, things are obviously looking pretty good in the centre of the map. We have money to spend. A few of our towns are actually building some infrastructure, which is very nice indeed. But more interestingly are, yes, the Byzantines on the move. Their army outside Ankara, up there in the mountains, have finally started moving, probably because they're panicking about losing all their settlements. Our lad over here, yes, Euphorius Angelus, who fled from a battle very early on at the start of the campaign, you might remember. Some of his loyal followers still with us, but yeah, he ran away last time this battle tried to take place, so hopefully this time he can deal with Isaac and his huge pile of Byzantine cavalry. It's an interesting relief force, which is probably why he sensibly ran away last time. We got William Longsword over here on the boats. If we might as well send him over to this part of the world, the likes of Rhodes or whatever else in this part of the world. We'll just see what there is to go and grab. We could grab Crete, because we know that one is very poorly defended. Elsewhere in the north, Venice are a potential threat as well. We have them spotted. These are their 3 armies. We have Councillor Boniface, technically the faction heir. We have Bengi della Volpe, who is a family member. And then we have the faction leader himself, Doge Fantino, who is a bit Darth Vader-ish here and a bit of a strange one. Not as good as the other lads, interesting to note. But they're just hanging out outside of Constantinople right now. We will rename it upon conquering, but for the time being, I think we're just going to bottle these guys up at the crossing here. So we'll get those guys into position. Nicaea looking fairly well defended. We have indeed moved Malak down over here towards Izmir. That'll be lovely when that is taken, but it's probably time to get moving. Plenty of between episode admin there, but we've got plenty of work to do here at the start. So a little auto-resolve. Not too many men lost. There was only a couple of units in there. We'll sack the settlement. And Damascus. Okay, victoire is ours. And I probably want to face this guy out in the hills if at all possible. So I'm going to say, bring yourself over here, sir. And that'll be absolutely magnificent. Damascus, just get that chap into there. We might as well, yeah, I would say just keep on getting some of these guys moving down in this direction. You just reinforce Damascus for me. Thank you very much. We'll keep a couple units over there in Homs. Ooh, some lovely Turklemans. That'll be good. Get them into Damascus. We'll restock some of the armies before too long. Yeah, so silver shields on those guys. That is ideal. Mamluk archers over here. Excellent. Oh yeah, that's what you want to see. That is indeed what we want. Balabak, you get the Turkmens as well. Fine. Right, so more importantly, as we got these guys under siege, we do need to do those battles. But this is the key one, because we can poke straight on into the city. So, Captain Morcar over here, so militia, the peace and Genoan soldiers, easy enough. But Gerard the Crusader in the city, he's going to sally forth with his Frankish axemen and a load more infantry. That can be a bit annoying to take out in the city. Let's take them out in the field instead. Let's hit him. The battle begins with a beautiful skyscape here, and we are indeed going to take advantage of some lovely hills by shooting these lads down. So the main force here, just these 3 infantry units, are going to get absolutely shredded by us. I don't want to say melted like the proverbial cheese, but they might be shredded here like a good hearty cheddar. Lovely, yes, that might be the new phrase right now. We need ourselves some new catchphrases, we've got to keep them nice and fresh. So we've got the main army just moving over to the hill over here because this is where the reinforcements, the main army from the city, are coming from. So I'm going to get the slightly better cavalry over in that part of the world. Don't need to worry too much about the general just yet, but we'll get all of our archers focusing on him once they're in position. They are indeed into position. Absolutely marvellous. Yes, you will aim at Mr. General McGee over there. That'll be absolutely beautiful. So yes, even more units falling apart over in that part of the world. Over here, they're just standing there getting shot. Very strange. I thought they'd at least come up the hill and die properly, but apparently not. Apparently not. So we got ourselves a decent position here. They are running. That's good and bad. It's not the worst thing in the world for us, to be honest, because it just means that they're going to be absolutely exhausted when inevitably they go and die in a moment's notice. So in we come then. We haven't actually hit these guys with arrows because we've been aiming at the general. That's fine by me. So yes, looks like they're going to come and deal with these guys. Yeah, let's just make sure we're on skirmish for a moment. But to be honest, we should be in a good position there to go and deal with him. Just as that gets finished off, I'm just going to make sure this gets dealt with over here. So yes, Mr. General can deal with him soon enough. You head into these guys, they'll probably fall apart pretty darn soon. You two head into them, they'll probably break, even though it's not the best charge in the world against infantry on a hill. No, it's absolutely fine. Okay, absolutely grand. Go and grab them. Swing over to this part of the battlefield. We just need to go and help out our infantry by mopping them up. Good, 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 good. Down goes the first general. And we just got the second guy to go deal with here. Very nice start to the day. You get yourself... Oh, yeah, the general's in big trouble. The general's in big trouble. You see some very bloody men here at the front. Oof. The colour's really rich in this particular circumstance. Let's go oh, that wasn't the right screenshot button, Thomas. That's the screenshot button. Although I think I just had a stupid message on the screen there as I did that. Oh, well, it's absolutely fine. We're... going to clear them all out here. Yeah, mop up the line, mop up the line. It's just the general, I think. Who needs to go down to 1. And I think we got him. We got him. Okay, archers. You can keep firing for a moment because I need to make sure it actually goes down. Down he goes. Perfectly on time. 7,000 arrows laid into his heart. And with that, I think we'll tell those guys to stop shooting our friends. And we'll mop everyone up. And the spear that stabbed the side of Christ is still dealing horrendous blows to the Christians. Gerard the Crusader taken down there, not by the lance itself, but by many an arrow. Khalil Alabas, another great victory for you, sir. With that, then, we swing on into Acre. Or near enough anyway, so there we go. City is ours. A slightly unusual infantry formation there, simply because I wanted some of my better lads to just hang back so we can continue moving forward. Might though just spend a turn sitting in the town here just to solidify ballista towers. You know what, we will spend some money on that because we might just want to hold here for the moment while everyone else catches up, but that would only take a turn, so someone else will probably come and stand in Acre before too long. We probably don't want to... Yes, this port being defended. No, Al-Suf must fall pretty soon. We're not far from Jerusalem at this point. Oh, this is looking absolutely marvellous. Right, next town in is Banyas over here. Balain of Ibalin. I think this is the first place we would have lost, actually, on this here campaign. Selaching Kavur, one of our Turkish lads. Yes, I think we'll let you do the honours here today. And what else do we have? A couple other captains over that part of the world. So let's have a look at these two battles before we begin. So we have Balain of Ibelin. He's got very good stats, it should be said. Okay, very nice indeed. All right, and the other battle over here. We've got a couple of captains, actually, don't we? Interesting. Fine. We've also got Philip waiting for battle in that part of the world. So yes, all right, fine. We'll head into Banyas first and foremost. In we go then. And we've got some reinforcements. I like to be controlled by the AI. Yeah, you know what? There's basically nothing here. We might as well swing on in. Into battle we go then, and on a rare occasion here, I've actually decided to go with, yes, a bit of a rainy night. It's sometimes a bit awkward to see, but it does, I believe, help the ram not burn down. So we're going to go with that theory. Also, the reinforcements are somewhat involved. They're at least distracting a unit or two. I've told them to go to shootout stance. You know what, guys, maybe just go aggressive, because shootout stance seems to be suggesting you want to walk around the side of the city. You know what, lads? Just attack it. We're going to have to deal with most of these guys, so that will be the way we go. Right, as ever though, I do have myself some side approach over here. We have ourselves ladders coming in from all sorts of angles. A couple over on this side as well, which means we should be in a very, very good position to storm the city and start getting some arrow fire in at helpful positions, which is pretty much always the way you want to do this. So yeah, these guys are going to run up here and gain control of the wall. They might as well, I would suggest, come and help us as quick as possible by running over this way. So you guys, if you can run over there, that would be absolutely lovely. Hopefully they don't decide to now run up that tower. They're going to be sensible? I think they're going to be okay. The gate is down, and with that we can just head on in. You know what, I'm just going to do that on this here occasion. We've got ourselves up on the wall. Get yourselves down there and take those guys on. You archers, get yourselves into position. That would be absolutely marvellous, just to try and help us hold positions. These guys seem to have got confused with my instruction. Get yourselves over here, thank you very much. We can get them into position as well up on that wall. So you go and join the party. These guys seem to have got the memo. Excellent news. We can hold position and start shooting at them from the walls. At the gateway, these guys are going to be in a bit of trouble. You can go to guard mode for a while, lads. Just kind of hold position while everyone else gets into their place on the walls. We have got the gate down. Is that the far side? Yeah, that's not me. That's the reinforcements. I forgot we had reinforcements. Absolutely marvellous. And with that, yeah, we've got our spear militia taking on those ballista. That's absolutely perfect. And that means, yeah, we should get the surround in very soon. And with the surround, I don't think these guys are going to fight for very long. I'm not sure I've seen this on Medieval 2, but we're having trouble climbing the siege tower for whatever reason. So I've decided to send these guys in to come and help out as well. I don't think it matters too much at this stage because yeah, we pretty much now got the reinforcements in to go and help. So just everyone come and attack these guys. They'll be dealt with before too long, because it seems like, yeah, their units are just a little bit too spread out. Some are now just retreating to the plaza. Our reinforcements are piling on it. Oh no. Our reinforcements are going to get themselves slaughtered. Are we at that point in the campaign already? We shouldn't be, but apparently we are. So yes, I'm just going to go and tell my cav to start piling on in. This is why you don't tell them to do it. Can you shoot out stance, please? Shoot out stance? Turkomat, please don't destroy all my Mamelukes. Shoot out stance. Shoot out. Shoot. No. No. Apparently not. So yes, I'm going to tell them to go into shootout stance, but that might not actually do the job at this point. So we'll start piling through the back of these guys. Anytime these ones want to actually turn up, that'll be very helpful. But I suspect they're about to rout from the big pile of cavalry that's about to push on through. This is a bit of a joke. I've never liked the towers on Medieval 2. I understand why they changed it from Rome with all the towers being on all the time. But I don't like not being able to take them over for yourself. The fact that they can just flick them on like that is always a bit awkward, I find. But we'll mop these guys up and we'll try and get to the plaza in good time to try and take this guy out before he eats my entire reinforcement army. We have only lost 6% at this stage, it should be said, so hopefully we're not losing too much here. Some Turkomans going down, but it looks like it's on the small side. Some town militia at the front here, actually, not the worst thing in the world. So our cav are just hitting the Syrian militia in the rear. To be honest, guys, kind of just want you to shoot at them from a distance, so I would say, yeah, let the infantry go and do that job, and they're going to start piling through anyway. That'll be absolutely fine. But yeah, some of these have got themselves a little bit too far ahead of the game. It's fine. Shoot him from a distance. We'll let out all our infantry. There we go, infantry arriving from that flank. Excellent news. That's going to pin the general, and with that we should be in a very good position indeed. Technically, the city is under our control now. Down goes the general. And with that, we're looking in a very strong position. Of course, the Kingdom of Jerusalem actually also, like the Turks, started with only 2 family members. They're just an awful lot more Yeah, they've got an awful lot more armies in a small concentrated area than the Turks. I suspect by now they probably do have a fair few family members, but I haven't been keeping an eye on it, so you never know, we might just end the faction at some point. I suspect there are key family members in Jerusalem herself, but to get to that point we'll have to just whittle down the last few of these guys. Ooh, bouncy flag. The game is not happy with that amount of people, but it looks like victory is indeed ours. Sweet nectar. Shall be drunk tonight. And it turns out our allies didn't lose too many. We actually lost a few more, having complained about them. So you know what? It was pretty much exactly even. And with that then, Banyas will fall as well. Sack that settlement for having the temerity of losing its control from the rebels. So we've burned down more things. Thieves Guild, pointless for us. Burn it to the ground. We'll keep the brothel though. Right, Tyre. Actually, the brothel's pretty worthless for us too, but hey ho, we will move on from that. Lakin Calder, how are you doing these days? He's not very good, is he? Not very good at all. But you know what, he's a general. It's better than nothing. Okay, on to Tyre then. Now we have Philip Budinje, family member. That suggests there's at least 3 more of their family members around, because yeah, he's not factionate or the faction leader. So that is of interest, isn't it? Okay, into Tyre we go. I guess we want to be using this here army. Now this is a castle. This could be painful. We'll head in anyway. I think we want to just kind of keep pushing at this point. In fact, we'll just we'll let the auto resolve do its job. There we are. We got it surrounded, so that'll be absolutely magnificent. Sack that as well. And with that situation, then, do we want to move on to Captain John over here? I think we might, you know. So let's go and grab our good friend. Yes, Khalil Al-Abbas. You, sir, leave a couple behind. That's why I left those 2 in that particular position. You can come and take down this lad over here. Oh my yes. Now, what do we have here? Not enough archers, I would say. So we'll give you a couple Turks to come and help you along. Fine, take on Captain John. You know what? Let's make this cinematic, damn it. Let's make it a night battle. They've got some knights as their general over here. So it's, yes, hopefully, with all these victories around the Holy Land here, 3 cities taken this turn, this will be a night to remember. It's a beautiful night, all the stars are littering the sky, and it's, okay, it's a little bit more graphically dodgy than I remember in some ways. But you know what, the night battles are still cinematic, they are magnificent things. And I did remove the general from this line of Cav, so that's looking a bit wonky right now. Their only Cav are indeed the knights. After our magnificent pun, of course. It's probably the episode title, to be honest, at this point. I'm sure you'll know. If something better comes along, that will indeed be what we go for. However, all the archers in the world, once we're in range of this lad over here, I think we'll be making good use of taking them out. Now, they're just infantry, aren't they, this army? Oh, magnificent. They have no answer to us whatsoever. We're going to bring our cavalry forward here, and they are going to have a horrible time. It's already been... I kind of like the idea of this being all the exact same day. All of these battles here just launched on the same night to wreak havoc upon the Kingdom of Jerusalem. And it all finishes up with this battle here, just to mop up any of the reinforcements that could be coming on to help on their battles. So we will indeed aim at the knights momentarily. We're just about getting into range of them, you'd like to think, but not quite. So we'll aim at others for the time being. These guys can shoot the knights. That'll work for me. And we will just start to pull back into that part of the world. If they don't want to come forward, that's fine by me. We can shoot them for as long as they want. No. They want to come on in. They realise that this could be a problem. So yes, indeed. Let's get the knights shot as soon as possible. They can't be far from being in range now, surely. Surely not. Right. Keep these guys on the non-shield side. Cavalry are flying forward now. Yep, there we go. Take yourselves off fire. Well, fire's nice for some cinema, isn't it? Yes. Let's get some cinematic shots. We'll get the next one in and I'll get a lovely screenshot of that. So in comes next volley. This is going to be absolutely beautiful. Oh, yeah. Shoot them down, lads. Shoot them down. And with that, I think we'll just make sure that we are getting these guys into that sort of position. get you back behind the lines because it looks like those Gav are coming to take you down. Turkish archers, yeah, you just start shooting at whoever you want. Go off fire. Don't need to worry about that. Oof, it is pretty. Even if a little bit wonky, but it's absolutely lovely. Yeah. Okay, so these guys back on the hill with you. Back onto hill. And looks like they're doing a good job here of not quite getting caught. But not sure how long that's going to last. You know what? They're eager and pursuing. I'm going to say all Cav to start to get on top of them at this point. Because I think they're going to be in trouble. Let's get my general out over there. Flame missiles doing all sorts of bother for them. Knights are going to flee because it's going to be surrounded by too many. We have some good experience on those guys. Let's not worry about that too much. Let's get some cav over there. Now, if I get my archers aiming at the stupid fools who are running off in that direction, that will probably work best, I would imagine. The knights are indeed fighting for quite a long time. They're wavering, but they've probably done some good damage, unfortunately. But if they're going to start running around chasing us down, it's fine. We'll just fight them this way. They are indeed now fleeing. Most of their army is fleeing too. Down goes their general. Oh, did you see that? You'll have to go and pause that. But there are two lads there definitely just photo bombs that little clip. That is absolutely magnificent. Okay. The Templar lads, they're getting shot in the rear, I'd like to think at this point. Cavalry. Oh, yeah, we can be mopping them up now. Infantry, start chasing them down the hill. Start chasing them down. They are in big trouble. Oh, there's some magnificent music in this game as well. I don't know what's left fighting. It's just one over there. Squires of Tripoli. Shoot them down, lads. Shoot them down. And I think they're in big trouble. Yeah, he's just after the general at this point. Let's get on top of all of this. We need to make sure we just mop them up. Victory is ours. And another great night to remember. These poor lads won't quite cross the red line of doom. They want to die, damn it. They want to die. Indeed, that is the fate that we will grant them, being mopped up here. Absolutely magnificent stuff, and it is... Oh yeah, this is a good day. A really good day for the Rebel Anarchy, it should be said. And, well, we can just reorganise ourselves. I mean, there's no reason we can continue to push. This army's in good position here. We could continue moving ever southwards because, well, I probably need a little bit of scouting, but it looks like we've pretty much mopped up everyone. Let's just get everyone just to deal with that last unit. I think they're right on the edge of the battlefield at this point. Yeah, they'll be gone. So yes, with this, we're looking very, very good indeed. Start moving towards Jerusalem, but they might have a fair amount there if we're not careful. So yeah, we'll take a little look-see, but we could keep moving on yet. And you know what, looking at the map, I do think it's probably best to head back to Acre for the short term. We will, I guess, just grab a couple of these guys who have taken a little bit of a knock, send them back to Tyre, over to Acre with you, my good sir. All right, very nice. We got some ballistic towers there. We can do some retraining. It's fine. It will just be some new armour and all of that. But the bridge over here, that could be a very good position for us to move to in time. This lad, yeah, he could be very interesting. He wants to come and take on Philip. Now, it could be aggressive, but I think it could be interesting just to see him come at me. When I see that Philip army used well, that might be the one that has to go towards Jerusalem, I would suggest. Reinforcement army, just continue just poking around. We'll see where we want to use you. But we might eventually end our turn. But I think it's probably a good time to go around and start spending some of our money, actually. So we do just need to do a bit of repairing in the towns we just knocked down. That's absolutely fine. Get the dirt roads where possible. Get the land clearance where possible. We've got ballistic towers over there. That is fine. But yeah, just a few basic things here. Would be quite nice to get around the empire. There we go. Oh yeah, land clearance just to kind of keep the population growing. Just make sure I've got new units coming in. You're building a new large stone wall, and yeah, we're now at the point where we can start to do that. Now the Mongols don't come till somewhere around late 70s, turn 80ish. We've got tons of time to build up there, but we do want to make sure, thus, that some of these towns on this side of the map are growing as much as possible. So we will just make sure we've got all the growth buildings for these guys. If I remember right, they probably come down here, do they? Somewhere near Baghdad. I would imagine so. Probably don't want to build roads, but we'll do it anyway. You can see Basra is already getting itself going. So yes, we'll just make sure we've got everything looking pretty darn solid here. Keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. Oh, I love it when you have money and you actually build some infrastructure. It's absolutely magnificent. On to the next turn then, and over in the south of Turkey we do have a slight problem that there's quite a few boats actually, so William, I suspect you should probably head this way. And to be honest, this guy needs dealing with, so you can go do that. You have a fair few peasants, but might not be the worst thing against an army of mostly horse archers. You can just take some of the shots while our archers do their business. We do have a fair few archers in this army. That will probably be fine. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath for both sides, I would imagine. But it's absolutely grand. So as for this part of the world, oh, that's looking pretty empty actually, which does suggest it's not the worst idea to maybe go and take them on. Okay, let's go and get cav around here. We're gonna put Smyrna under siege. That's absolutely fine, and send this army. Oh, how much they have a lot in there. Okay, I'm going to have to send the whole force there for the time being. Now, we do some reinforcements heading over in this direction, but if I can spare anything, probably should send something over in this direction. So, yes, Killich, sir. I think you can come and do that job. Very nice indeed. I'm going to say, need to just be a little bit sensible here, but I'm going to send these guys over here. We'll get that under siege. He can't make it to us. So we'll just have to make sure we are careful about not losing this town to him. But at the moment, this guy's blocking the path. Does mean that, yeah, there's an opportunity over here to go and head on in. I'm going to give it one more turn to get some more siege equipment. But he probably will go and do it at that point. Well, in the meantime, get these boats into safe dock. We are building port over here in Limsol, as you might well expect. Spending our money, damn it. And we've actually got some money left over in spite of the upgrades that are going on around the empire. Damascus does need something. Ooh, decent enough mines. Let's make sure the money is absolutely flowing in. Now we've got Lachencover over here on the bridge. Our Suf. Oh yes, we've got to hide ourselves a little mercenary galley over here. Gives us some good sights. Now there's some actual decent stacks as well as that random boat sitting in the Dead Sea. And Edward the Scarred sitting in Jerusalem. That could be a bloodbath. Now, okay, Philip isn't going to get his battle. These guys want to go and head over towards a Bene Sulaim camp. That's fine. They can go in, spend their time around across the desert for all I care. But we are just starting to gather as many armies as possible to move off in this direction. So get out of the way, George. We're coming down south. And as for Egypt, yes, that wouldn't be the worst idea. If we can get enough boats, I wouldn't mind sending something over to stab them in the rear. Wouldn't be a terrible plan. So yes, Smyrna under siege over in the north. Constantinople is just going to blockade it. I don't think they can attack us across this section here. So I'm just going to leave us in this position for the time being. See if they want to take on the Byzantines. I'm sure I've read somewhere that they are coded not to, but I don't know that to be the case for sure. So we will see about that. A few more mines over here. That will pay for itself in 11 or so turns. So you might as well go and do that. Get ourselves a little bit more infrastructure. But in general, yeah, we'll see what the end turn likes to serve up for us. Merchants Guild over in Acre. You know what? I'll take it. Why not? Mission failed. I should probably pay attention to these missions, seeing as I can actually succeed at them these days. But yes, as we are starting to get some more of these places built, upgraded, oh yeah, we can start very happily getting some more and more infrastructure built for the long-term plan against the Mongols, because things are quite good right now. But yes, the Mongols, we do need to make sure we deal with this in good time, so we're ready to go and deal with them. So what we probably want to do is get some of these places under siege. Now, Khalil. Okay, how do you want to do this? I think, to be honest, we probably want our good friend Philip to deal with them. Where is Philip, by the way? Can't actually see him. There he is. He's hiding behind George. Okay, you, sir, you can make it to Jerusalem. To Jerusalem is your plan, sir. That is your town to take down. We will be doing it with Philip. That'll be good fun. Khalil, you can head over to Asuf. That can be put under siege, and we can just pin down as many of their forces as possible. I'll be very, very happy with this situation. You, sir, if you can head down here, wouldn't mind taking on some of these. Ooh, Egypt, the Crown Prince is heading around this direction. maybe we just stand around and see what happens here. You go to the bridge, and you can cover that position, and you, sir, just back us up here. That will be magnificent. Now, we can't withdraw if we've got another army there because they'll die. But that is a decent position to be in general, so I'll very happily take it. Tripoli now has itself a couple more Mamluks to retrain on the end turn, so we'll get those good experienced ones all sorted out. In general, it's starting to look very, very intriguing indeed. These guys, to be honest at this point, I'm just going to send one of them around as a bit of a scout onto the road here, but in general we'll probably just get you over here. That'll be absolutely fine. So yes, Mr. Scouty McGee, keep an eye on that guy. We'll just tell him to attack, won't worry about it. 3 turns still over there. Where are those Egyptians? There they are, right there. Alright, well they could be a problem if they go too far south, but we will have that under control, I would like to imagine. We will, as I say, just continue to get some good units out of these where at all possible. Turkish archers always useful to have. We're starting to use up our money, but that's in part because, yeah, we got things like Mosul. Yeah, we got a citadel underway here. That's 9,600 florins, but I would say that's probably quite an important one. Okay, William Longsword, time to head into this absolute doom force of missile units and flamethrowers with Isaac over here. Right, let's take down this pretender. Okay, this is somewhat intimidating. Just look at them spread across the landscape. Oh dear, this could be very, very interesting indeed. So let's just get some Turkmens over there. I was hoping to send some of these guys around that flank, but I'm not sure we'll get that opportunity. Looks like, actually, Mr. Cavalry, we probably need to just head straight for those fire throwers and let the rest of this happen, because it looks like they want to claim the hill, which unfortunately I had no chance of getting on this particular battlefield because they very much started, as you can see, all the way up there. So I think we'll just head towards the fire threat and their bodyguard, and we'll try and intercept these guys from making it up the hill, because that might pull the rest of them into it. So we're just going to get everyone straight on into the flamethrower lads, who I don't think have managed to get any fire off. No, they haven't. Okay, sheer numbers on the general hopefully will do something. Victory is well within our grasp, we say. Okay, sir, I'll take your word for it, because ultimately they could be getting us in a lot of trouble. So, Mr. Cavalry, get on top of Mr. General over there. William Longsword can probably do most of it, but if you can do anything, please do. We're probably sitting ducks, actually, at this particular occasion. Can I grab on my Turkomans and just tell them to start heading over there instead? We'll just let our General deal with that. He'll be fine, and maybe just running through him will make him panic a little bit. It normally does that. We seem to pull people off the hill, by the way. That's good news. The General, 29. Okay, not too bad. I'm just going to tell one of them, hang back here, just to make sure we pick him off. This is a very, very strange battle indeed. But yeah, our missiles should do good work here, trying to pick them off at a distance. We're going to lose pretty much everyone in terms of our cav, just because this is just missile cav ahoy, and nothing good can come of that, quite frankly. Both sides full of missiles and very little else. It's going to be a lot of dead people. But the General's gone. That's good. It looks like Steve McGee did it himself. Good work, William Longsword. Longsword by name, Longsword by nature. And okay, we will take out this flank, I would say, and at that point we can start to concern ourselves with some of this. Armenians in a bit of an exposed position over there, but it's fine. They're not charging at us, so we'll just make of it what we can, you know. So, Mr. General, how are you doing? We've got the town militia just kind of taking the hits. That's the point, really, although that's not only actual infantry. Nonetheless, Byzantine cav just charge on in. I'm just going to hope that the morale's down enough we can just get on top and rout them. Indeed, that is what's happening. Don't ever question my horse archer melee charge tactics. It works, damn it. If you got enough, it will do the job. So we seem to have this flank mostly cleared off, but yeah, let's just get on top of these guys. They've come back into battle, and then we'll rout them again. Perfect. This time we'll have them dealt with. So, I would say we can turn around most of these guys and start getting on top of them. And I think, to be honest, they always fought this pretty badly. They had a good hill. We've got a little hillock here. We've somehow managed to utilise it. So I'm quite happy with that situation. Keep on pushing on this flank. And in general, yeah, looks like these guys just get shredded by the archers. We might as well chase these guys down and mop these guys up as they decide to flee. Indeed, that's what's happening. Should be said that chasing our horse archers is a bit tedious, but we could at least shoot them with our missiles, which seems to be what we've done. Both sides losing a fair amount of men, but ultimately sheer numbers has done the job here today. And on the end turn, an intriguing assault here. It looks like Jerusalem is going to be defended by a random army. Not really sure where they've come from because I can't really see anyone else wandering. There is this boat here though. Was there an army on the boat? There might have been an army on the boat, you know, but I feel like I don't know where this army's come from. But anyway, we're going to have to go and deal with them now. Philip the Chivalrous, of all people, 2 to 3. This is going to be one hell of a battle for him if he can pull it off. So, Captain Giles over here, a bit of experience on these guys. Knights of Jerusalem. Looks like a very similar army, actually, to the one that we took on not so long ago. And it does make me think that this might be one of the reinforcement armies that the game auto-generates for these factions when they get down to a certain amount of cities. So yes, I think that might be what's just happened here. They only activate after a certain period of the game. We are at turn 24 now, so chances are that we have accidentally triggered that. But hey ho, they're not the best force in the world, but it is quite a convenient one. And with the Scarred over here, yes, he is quite good. A dread of 7. It's a good thing we've got Philip along to help us. Disloyal. He could have been one of us. You could have been one of us, Jibber. But sadly not. Edward will not be joining our side. He'll be joining the graves of all of his men. But could be difficult yet. It's not the best army in the world though, so we should be able to deal with them. But there we are. It's going to be first run out for this army, to be honest, or a proper run out. We had a walk in Damascus before, didn't we? But hey ho, let's head on in. Philip the Chivalrous, it's your time to shine.
Forward, brave warriors! Let us see how our foes fight when they meet the true defenders of the Ummah!
I feel like Philip may have lost the script here. The Ummah, the great people of Islam. So you're supposed to be Christian. To be honest, most of your army, certainly at least the infantry, looks pretty darn Christian. As well as these knights here, but okay, it looks like they're quite close already, by the way, at least to my my cavalry up at the front there. Yes, you should probably get these guys moving forward and doing some classic horseplay. But yes, he may have slightly lost the script. It does seem, by the way, that the rebels are pretty much all Muslim by default. I mean, they're not technically, we are heretic, but yes, we certainly seem to be locals, which I guess does make sense. We are indeed the local rebels, as opposed to, you know, the Europeans have turned up to do some nice traditional colonising. I mean, this is, I guess, pre-tradition of colonising Europeans to some extent. I mean, everyone's been doing it forever pretty much, but there we go. I guess it makes sense that the rebels are mostly these kind of more local lads. We do have ourselves a nice rainstorm here today, raining down on the depths of Christianity. It's a bit of a strange army composition I've got myself here as well. We've got 5 infantry, 3 archers, and then a shit ton of cavalry, I believe is the technical term. They are going to charge at the knights for some reason. Not sure why they're doing that. Dismounted Knights of Jerusalem, by the way. Not sure we've actually seen these guys properly. Themselves a bit of a doom mask on. 12 attack, 3 charge, better 17 defense, good morale, good stamina. Oh yes, of course. I should point out, by the way, we can't actually. All right, as the rebels, this is technically, yes, superhero ability, the flower of chivalry. We do have that, but we don't actually get the card up properly, so that's probably why his unit there was still talking as if they're a random Islamic rebel general, so to speak. But it's fine. We still have the magic button of doom, so we'll do a bit of skirmishing. We'll start taking them down. I think it's probably time to send in a good cavalry charge. So in come the Alanis and our magnificent Crusader Knights ploughed straight into all of those beautiful, beautiful Knights of Jerusalem. They've been eviscerated. Absolutely magnificent stuff. Get yourself up the hill for another charge. Thank you very much. Alanis, you two, get yourselves out of there. They're a very good unit. Now, our ability increases our attack and our stamina, I do believe. So, probably best to use in the second. This is probably an ideal battle for it, actually. Yes, in the second half of the battle, when we need a little bit of support. So, you just go and swing into them. You can deal with them. Those guys want to charge you, just finish them off. That'll be fine and dandy. And this first time he's in a lot of trouble, actually. Down goes the general. Praise be to Allah, as indeed we are not really Christian anymore, apparently. Or at least the general isn't. I guess the general isn't the commentator, so that does make some sense, I suppose. But yeah, we are doing them some good damage. They apparently want to come into us. I'm not sure it's going to go very well for them. Okay, so good bit of work done here. I cleared them off an awful lot easier than I thought, or at least the first chunk of them. Anyway, I'll just send one of you after those chaps. We can do some mopping up. Yeah. That's what we want to see. These guys are getting dealt with pretty darn effectively here. Archers, you might just want to stop, actually. Just going to get you to just reposition slightly just to make sure you're not doing anything I don't want you to. I'm going to tell these guys to start swinging into those sergeant lads. Okay, let's finish these guys off. A little charge. I'm hoping just that we get a break now just for sheer numbers, and their friends are routing already, of course. So that's good. Templar sergeants, that's the first army gone. Excellent news. And with that, we can just reposition this main force here, ready for what's going on next. Yes, I might just need to reorganise this. With round one complete, then we've got ourselves reorganised a little bit further along the hill. I think, Mr. Alanis, you can just chase them down. Your job here is probably largely done at this point. I'm going to get my archers back onto fire at will. They might as well be doing some damage. And yeah, we've got a decent little position here on the next hillock. Frankish axemen, I'd rather get myself a little bit of a better angle on those guys. Yes, let's get ourselves a nice chunky charge. Squires of Tripoli, why not? Just go and lance those down. We've got Armenians on this particular occasion. Yes, I did bring along an interesting composition of army, but I've got a lot more of my powerful charging cav now. You guys start focusing on those random lads a little bit further back. That'll be magnificent. And a big chunky charge. And I reckon that will put pave to them just a little bit. Get yourselves out of there, please. Thank you very much. Templar sergeants, charge down the hill at them. And I'm going to see, as we start to get a little bit of a battle in play here, can I get my archers all to shoot their general, actually, because he is potentially quite painful. Let's get all of my cav. You guys, yeah, all of you, aim at him. All of you guys, aim at him. That's my knights. Get the, oh, actually, don't get the knights in there. Get the knights back behind the lines. Let's get into the infantry. Thank you very much. Right, Crusader Sergeant, are you ready to do this? I hope you're ready to do this, because your job is to go and take care of that general. Thank you very much. Right, Mr. General, get yourselves over here, Philip. Thank you very much. Oh no, he's running down the hill. Okay, let's just start getting more and more of them into position. You mop up those guys. We're going to try and deal with Philip now. Thank you. So yeah, you get on top of him as much as possible. Get that charge in. And my good sir, blow the horn of destiny. Dun ba ba ba. Oh, that was nice and dramatic. I couldn't remember how that went, but yeah, we've all got an extra attack power here as we charge on into El General. That is magnificent stuff. So yeah, we can see we're all flashing gold because we are beautiful, baby. And yeah, get the cav in the rear. Let's just mop up whatever we can when they inevitably flee. And okay, how are we doing? Crusader Knights got themselves cleared off. That's a shame. I wasn't paying very much attention to them, to be honest. Gulams, they can get themselves into the fight. It seems like 30 odd seconds is about all we get for that because he is now gone. Down to 19. Let's go and get the general into that position. Mr. Archers, thank you. Start shooting those Templar sergeants who are all the way down there. And How are we doing, by the way? We've lost a few more of these knights. Bring them back. Don't want all my knights going. Thank you very much. Mr. General, pull yourselves further back. Philip, you don't need to die quite this easily. Right, you. All of you. Get on top of him. Don't let him escape. That's your job. Pile on in, lads. Pile on in. So, if any of you do have missiles, that'd be great. But otherwise, I think we're largely done here. Charge down to the Temple of Sergeants, Mr. General. And he does indeed, by the way, get himself a Horn of Destiny as opposed to the Horn of Chivalry. But there we go. Blow the Horn of Destiny. Oh, yes, of course, that doesn't do what it does on Rome Total War. Don't die, sir. Oh, it was good of Philip to get himself in there. But yeah, we should probably send the infantry in at this point. Get the infantry forward. Sir, bring yourself back to the main line. As ever with this particular faction, it's quite hard to deal with Jerusalem in many ways because I can't actually see where they are and where we are. There we go. We've got the route we wanted. He's down to 16. Probably don't need him to die here today. General, he's not dead yet, by the way. He's down to 3. You know what? Let's just take a quick look because it's surprisingly... Ah, yes. The button. I don't have the button here, do I? One of the commenters did point this out to me that I can change this. So I'll give you a shout out in the next episode if I remember to change it, sir. But yes, that would be very, very helpful to have that working for me. So, Mr. General, probably, Philip, don't die. It's good of you to try and get the break in, but it hasn't quite done the job. So, yes, get the Gulams to go and charge in. That's their job. I would say so. You've largely done your work now. Hit the back of those Templar Sergeants on your way through the archers. Get yourself back behind the lines. You're not as tough as you look, to be honest, for 9 experience. It's not Rome anymore, though, Thomas. 9 experience is not quite the ridiculousness that it used to be. Now, is this general just chopping down every last one of my men? It looks like he's killed off many, but he got maced in the head, and that's all how we'd like to go. This is going to be Jerusalem, because they've still got a few men left. There we go. Yeah, their front line is giving up now. He's dead. Not surprising in some ways, but I don't know that anything is going to get away from this battle, because most of them have already been, taken care of. So there we are, Jerusalem, looking like it might well be open for us here. Philip with a big chunk in battle. I mean, it's 2 armies to take care of. Not a lot of infantry to hold the line, to be fair. And, well, a fair bit of heavy-duty work against what was a very, very mean and tough general indeed. But it looks like we're going to have the path open to Jerusalem now. Indeed, a crushing victory. All praise to Allah. No one tell Philip. Has anyone told him what Christianity's about, by the way? I'm not sure he's quite got the memo here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Philip the Chivalrous is going to take Jerusalem in the name of some religion. And if that doesn't sum up the Crusade, who really knows, eh? I've only lost 384. We just don't really have enough infantry in this army. But it's fun to use some of the Crusading forces. We can't really retrain them, though, so that is a bit of an issue. As for the rest of it, yes, they lost pretty much every single man. 12 men get to go home to tell the tale of what Philip got up to today. Aha, la victoire in Jerusalem. We will sack the settlement because that's what you do when you claim it in the name of religion, apparently. Yeah, burn it down. So, Egypt, what are they going to do? They're going to take out my scout. That's a bit of a shame for him. That's fine, but not anything else. New mission, blockade, Constantinople. I could, but that would involve having a boat. Oh, there's a boat. Well, we'll do it then. Thank you, sir. At least they gave me a mission that was doable. They're going to give me some military units. I'm not sure I need it. Ah, Philip the Chivalrous has gained a holy chalice. Magnificent. The vessel that was used by Jesus at the Last Supper to serve wine. Ooh, Bedouin camel riders. Very nice indeed. So, I'm not quite sure what's giving us that here. There's no stables because, this was a Christian settlement. There is a cathedral. Now, I do generally like to burn things down. I feel like I probably shouldn't destroy what is effectively the Dome of the Rock kind of thing, I guess, is we've just converted to cathedral in this particular version of history at this stage. Okay, we could burn it down. I think they're pretty buildings, but you know what? We're going to build a temple to heresy or something instead. Goodbye! And with that, yes, we've got ourselves Jerusalem. Oh, magnificent news. There's a lot of people here, in spite of the fact that we just sacked many of their homes. Excellent stuff. We'll try and retrain if ever we can. But yes, we now have Jerusalem, which is, One of our important settlements. Constantinople, 60 regions for us. What are we on now? 49. We're actually not far from technical victory here. We don't have to hold them for a certain amount of turns like those guys do. Interesting. Apparently we do have abysmal relations with some of the others. But Egypt are reliable. Not sure what they've done to deserve that. But hey, I'm not sure why we have such hatred with the Venetians. Yes, there's a full stack army on here. It wasn't even from there. Yes, so I'm right. I'm pretty certain that was that they were down to a few settlements and they were being gifted armies out of their arse. Okay, Prince Guy. Yeah, we got him over there in our Suf, and that means Kerak has King Baldwin. Oh, very nice. We can see Mangonels over here as well. They're down to 3. Yes, because we have this under siege as well. Okay, that is of interest. I'm guessing the Egyptians are running over here towards this camp. Indeed, they are. This poor place, it just gets brutally murdered all the time. Okay, well, we'll come back for that one, I guess, again. But it is what it is. It's absolutely fine. We just need to make sure there isn't anything else going on in this part of the world. We'll keep an eye on it, but I think we're absolutely grand. Alright, so over here, no doing. But I think next time, we might well have a battle on our hands. We need to go take out this force in the field. That's going to pull in the likes of Kanak and this army. That could be an absolute monster of a battle, and one that we might well lose, but it could be fun to do nonetheless. So yes, a big heroic battle there for Philip the Chivalrous. Very nice indeed. So, once again himself a veteran warrior. Plenty of random things to get building. We have all the money in the world, so everywhere. I think everywhere was already building just about, but plenty more. We're now number 1 in all of those stats, which is magnificent news. Yes, so next time then, Arsuf can fall. That one's looking pretty close in terms of our siege. There's Khalil over there. We just need a couple units just to reinforce him. Egypt are wandering a little bit deeper into our territory than I'd necessarily like them to be doing. Thank you very much. Feel free to royally sod off. We'll just clear them off, I would say. And we'll probably choose a few units to go and plod over in that direction. Let's just continue moving down the coast. Just give us a bit of vision of what's going on. Okay, very nice indeed. As we look to end up for the day then, we are outside Arsuf, where I've just swung around Khalil al-Abbas over to the coast, which means he can pick up another boat, and we do need to try and make sure we're doing that in the near future. Try and get that under control, because with a bit of sea control, we can potentially come around the back of Egypt and cause them some more problems. We'll probably overwhelm them in time anyway, but it'd be good if they were a bit distracted. We can see with this army here, they're not quite bothering to defend this, because they're a bit distracted by what's going on behind them. So we'll see if that can go into our advantage. This boat's still just got a big pile of units sitting there, which is potentially a bit of a wild card I need to keep an eye on, actually, but we'll see about that. So yes, we're going to continue the siege over on the coastline instead, but there are plenty of Egyptian forces. We might tease into battle before too long. Elsewhere, we do have our boats over here, and it's probably well worth just bringing them over in this part of the world. At least the port anyway, but we do also want to take some of these guys on, because yes, we need to get ourselves over to Rhodes and to Crete in time. So you know what, we might as well just try our chances. Clear enough victory here today. We'll take that. Very nice. And we gained ourselves a bit of admiralty. Lovely. And we'll also head on into here. Make it another night to remember, and we'll stroll on in. Just a general, they stand no chance. And with that sacked, I think we're left with just, yeah, the last 2 Byzantine mainland settlements here being besieged. Smyrna and Atalaya, both under siege now, and no reinforcements in sight as far as I can tell. Constantinople obviously still exists. It is being blockaded, and we're also blockading the Venetians from getting across. So we'll see how that goes. On note of Crete, by the way, yeah, we should be able to put down a watchtower, actually. So, what do we have in Rhodes? Ooh, okay. Quite a lot, quite a lot. No general, though, which lets me think that, yeah, Constantinople and then either of these towns. No general in there. Might just be him, by the way. Might just be the emperor. Oh, interesting. Right, well, whoever's over here, yes, in Constantinople, those are the only generals. So we could have some fun with that potentially, which would save us having to get our fleet across awkwardly to Rhodes and Crete. That army join us. Could be very fun, particularly if it opened up a path to Egypt. Okay, got some future plans starting to come together here. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Well, hopefully then you will join me for that. We'll see how Kerak goes, but I think Crown Prince Al-Adil will give him an opportunity to come in and cause a few problems because, yes, there are some chunky armies of Egypt here, and I think they've got themselves a fair amount of... There's a bit of experience in some of these. You need to be a little bit careful. Yeah, 4 experience, 5 experience. They have been having some proper ding-dong of battles. Was Ascalon originally part of Jerusalem as well? I can't remember if they start as part of Jerusalem or not. Either way, it's it could be interesting taking these guys on. So we'll see what they want to do if they want to take these guys on first. But we got a big old affair coming. Philip has had a good go at battle. We actually lost some experience because he lost so many of his men, but it was fun to send him into battle and gain some experience. He's gained himself the Holy Chalice too. In many ways, maybe that should have been Khalil's job, but it was a premature attack on Jerusalem, but I will absolutely take it. It's looking magnificent. This campaign is coming together very nicely indeed. I'll see if I can get the little rebel button actually to highlight my units to be sorted out for next time, so that it'll be a little bit clearer in some of the battles with the Kingdom of Jerusalem. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas. This is To Nerds to Hear Me, and this has been our Crusader Rebels campaign. Thank you very much, and tally ho. They are just throwing themselves to their deaths. Woohoo! Chunky, chunky, chunky death. Oh, that wasn't a very good charge. Oh, we're flying! There is no one near beside him. Yeah, axe in the head! Axe in the head. Yeah, beautiful.